And so we talked about the HRC, we talked about the CEI stuff, we talked about BSR, how they're connected with all these groups and all these organizations and networking and helping these companies go. We've talked about the PGLE, how they're involved with the UN and the WEF, BSR, and all that stuff. We got one last stop we're gonna take a look at, and rounding off the tour, we're gonna take a look at the GLSEN. This group is built exclusively to twist and indoctrinate kids, and even has a built-in quick exit tool to close the website so kids can make sure that they hide it from their parents. They built a specific tool for their website where you can press escape 3 times and it'll close it out, or if you're on your phone, if you tap 3 times, it'll close it out. It's a way to make sure that if your parents walk in, they have a quick way to exit out of the website so they don't get caught. This is about deception. This is about deceiving the parents and getting and indoctrinating the children. So, first thing on this tour that we're going to take, the first thing we will look at is their About Us page. Let's take a look at their About Us page. We take a look at this. It says, as GLSEN was founded by a group of teachers in 1990, we knew that educators play key roles in creating and affirming learning environments for alphabet youth. This is about indoctrinating the kids. We conduct extensive and original research to inform our evidence-based solutions for K through 12 education. That's right. They want your kindergarten. They want the kindergartens. We author developmentally appropriate, right? Yeah, appropriate, right. Resources for educators to use throughout their school communities. This is about providing as much material to the schools, to the teachers, to make sure that your kids fall into this satanic and unnatural lifestyle. We coordinate networks of 43 chapters in 30 states across the nation to ensure that we have access to schools and districts across the country to reach every student. That's right. They want every single kid involved with this. Today, after over 25 years of leading the movement, GLSEN's national network is more than 1.5 million, with students, families, educators, and education advocates working to create safe schools. Safe. More than 500,000 GLSEN resources are downloaded. 500,000 GLSEN resources are downloaded by students and educators each year. Great family fun. Get your kids out of the public school system. Homeschool your kids. This is something that's been going on for a long time. This is nothing new. This is something that's been going on for a long time. Now, let's take a look at the founder of this thing. It's founded by a guy by the name of Kevin Jennings, and this is quite interesting. Just to confirm it's the right guy, Kevin Jennings. 1988, Jennings helped establish the nation's first gay-straight alliance for students, and in 1990, he founded GLSEN. We've got the right guy, the Gay, Lesbian, Straight Education Network, to bring together teachers, parents, students, and community members and end anti-alphabet bias in schools. Check out the website, Unitarian Universalist Association. He is a universalist. What is something that I've been talking about with this agenda the whole time? It's a part of mystery religion. Unitarianism and universalism, the same, if you want to call it, I'll just say religion. The same religion that this dude follows, that he believes in, is a part of mystery religion. This is the spiritual warfare. This is what I keep talking about, guys. This is not political. This is spiritual warfare. The dude is a universalist, which is a part of, that's the grand scheme of mystery religion and the one world religion. It's about uniting all of these faiths and traditions and churches and religions and everything together. And that's what universalism is. And mystery religion is about taking that base foundation that stays the same all throughout time, from biblical times to now, and it just changes with its cultural system, and it just flows with how the cultural and society stuff goes. And in this day and age, it's the alphabet agenda. It's the woke social justice stuff. And you're seeing it right there. So this dude is a part of that. And it's right there in front of us. This is what I'm talking about. It is all connected. This is spiritual warfare. This is not political. It is spiritual warfare. So there's a lot on their website. We're not going to go through everything, but there are a couple of focuses that I want to point out. And one is their GLSEN's elementary resources. This one might be a little difficult for those who have kids. We got to know what's going on. Isn't that a lovely picture? Right off the bat. Isn't that a lovely picture? This is on their website, Elementary Resources. As an intentionally K through 12 organization, we understand the importance of beginning conversations about alphabet people and families in elementary schools. Why is that important? Is it to reach the young, to mold the minds of the young, to destroy what's natural, what is good, what is God's order of the family? That's why. That's why. If we keep going on this, it doesn't get any better. While many alphabet inclusive schools supports begin in middle or high school, it is critical for elementary schools to establish a foundation of respect and understanding for all people. Couple of the things that they provide: reading the rainbow, not reading rainbow, reading the rainbow, alphabet inclusive literacy in the elementary classroom to see how other teachers have successfully implemented alphabet issues into their curriculum. You want to talk about all the wonderful pornography books that are in the school system? This is the group that's pushing that. And also, our Gender Triangle Education Guide has helpful definitions and reflection questions for students or adults. I'm going to repeat that. Helpful definitions and reflection questions for students or adults to think about gender identity and expression. This isn't about, this is just straight up about, hey, guess what? We're going to feed you as much stuff to make sure that your young mind chooses to not be what God made you. That's what they're pushing with this. And to finish off this elementary school thing, GLSEN's National Days of Action can be a great way to begin alphabet visibility at your school. Solidarity Week, no name calling week, Day of Silence. Look at that picture. That picture. Take a look at some of these elementary lessons that they have. That's a gender stereotype. Identity flowers, 3 through 5. Ages 3 through 5, guys. I am me talking about identity. There's legion for you. Pronouns, little words that make a big difference. This is straight up indoctrination. This is Satan getting to the kids. That's what this is. It is about corrupting the minds of children. And we know straight from Luke that God does not put up with this. He gives 2 warnings. He gives 2 warnings. You do not pervert the gospel. You do not pervert my children. Luke 17:2, it would be better for them to be thrown into the sea with a millstone tied around their neck than to cause one of these little ones to stumble. Well, I'm going to go ahead and just take a guess that the sea that they're going to be thrown into is the sea of fire, even though it's the lake of fire. I have a feeling that's going to be the sea that these sick people will be thrown into. It's absolutely horrific what they're doing to these kids. And GLSEN is a part of it. Heavily a part of it. Any which way possible to corrupt the children, they're doing it. And that includes full curriculum for the elementary age kids. 3 through 5, guys. They want to go all the way down to kindergarten. And this is a company that's been around for a long time, because if you want to dig deep into it, Target has been donating to them for 11 years. They've been contributing to GLSEN for 11 years. GLSEN also has a fundraiser called the Respect Awards. Check this out. Respect Awards. The Respect Awards is not just GLSEN's most important fundraising event of the year, but the opportunity to uplift honorees and sponsors who reflect GLSEN's commitment to advancing racial, gender, and disability justice for all Alphabet students. That comes from the executive director. Take a look at the sponsors of the event: T-Mobile, Hollister, Wells Fargo, BMW, Target, Ulta Beauty, and you've got the NBA and the WNBA. Yeah. Sorry for all you basketball fans out there. Man, that sport is boring anyways, but if you're a basketball fan, that's right. They're one of the main sponsors for this group. Isn't that wonderful? And now we move to the board of directors. This is an interesting little trail that I had to do for this. So I've already been to this page before, their board of directors page. I was there like last week, actually. I went there last week to check out what was going on. And when I came back yesterday, I noticed that they actually removed the links to get to the board of directors. They removed the pages so you can't get to them. Well, luckily, using the Wayback Machine, I went ahead and got to the board of directors page. Anyways, now why would they remove that section? That's the question. Because it involves Target, and we all know the heat that Target's been under for the past few weeks. Let's take a look at the board of directors page. Because of the heat that Target brought to GLSEN, they removed the page because the treasurer is also the vice president of brand marketing for Target. So if you take a look at their treasurer for GLSEN, Carlos Saavedra is also the VP of brand marketing for Target. They tried to protect the names of these people. They didn't want anybody getting to the board of directors to take a look at all this stuff. Now, that's one that everybody's been focusing on, but I highlighted a few other interesting ones that I think are actually maybe a little bit more important. One, you've got the chair of the board of directors who is from the National Education Association. I know Target is the target right now, no pun intended, but National Education Association holds a lot more weight, in my opinion. And he's the chairman of the board of directors. Then we take a little jaunt down further. You've got somebody from TikTok. We've talked about like the UN Halo program when it came to the vitamins. TikTok, it's built for kids, guys. Kids spend a lot of time on TikTok. That's how they get to them. When I was on with Kurt Reed, we were talking about how much time kids spend on their phone and where they're getting their information from. TikTok is one of them. And you've got somebody involved with TikTok. David Clancy of the CAA. Yes, that is the CAA that we talked about not too long ago, who is connected to the CIA, the Collective Artist Agency. They've got somebody from the CAA on the GLSEN board of directors. Yeah. Interesting, right? Then you've got somebody from JP Morgan. And then you've also got somebody from Oklahoma State, who's an Oklahoma State representative. You've got some heavy hitters on that name, or on that board. You've got some heavy hitters, not just the Target guy, but National Education Association, TikTok, the CAA, JP Morgan, and a state representative from Oklahoma. There's a lot there. It's unbelievable, guys. And there's so much more out there. There's so much more out there. I'm just scratching the surface. But BSR, the HRC, the GLSEN, the PGLE, these are some huge, very powerful, well-funded groups who are all connected into a network that is controlled by the UN and the WEF and very powerful elites. And these are the people who are pushing the companies with this ESG type of stuff. All these companies. And like I said before, this go woke, go broke and stuff, that doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything as far as money and everything. The boycott is not going to affect money. Again, as Christ followers, we must stand for righteousness no matter what. That doesn't mean, like I said before, there's going to be absolutely no way that we can avoid all these companies. We just went through some of the list of some of these companies that are wrapped up in all this stuff. It's going to be impossible unless we go Amish. And so we just have to choose and be very careful about where we buy our necessities from. We have to stand for righteousness. We do. But I just want to let everybody know that this go woke, go broke, it's a lie. It's a narrative. And it's part of the game that's being pushed out there.